to go to college, not just to go and read English and maths, but to be a basketball. Most of the people you see that play basketball or any other sports or anything you see, they started them from college. So that is why I say that the knowledge that was given to us based off of school is not the same that is being practiced abroad. So you're going to university in America in hope that that skill they discovered will now propel you to pray professionally, even though you're still in school. So they are putting more on practical on you, and theory is just pass your grades and you will make it to the MBA. This year, you need to have a paradigm shift of what schooling and education is. Most of you will have to, help me Lord, drop out of school. I met somebody recently, and he said that he did masters in mass communication. He had his degree in mass communication. And mind you, this person is not studying mass communication. He's doing business. What pays his rent is the business he's doing, not the mass communication he studied. And guess what? He's doing his master. I said, what are you getting your master's on? He said, mass communication. I said, are you not foolish? Do you intend to use this mass cover? He said, no, that is the parents that said that they should do mass communication. But what you're doing now, why don't you take that 2 years or whatever to now put in learning more on the same thing that pays you? Because see, you cannot be richer than the knowledge you have. The reason why you are where you are is based off of the knowledge that you have. If you want to create more value, you need to have more knowledge on the things that people have problem on, so that you know how to solve it quicker and better, and people put money in your hands. Check every area that you've lost money, every area that you lost anything on in business are areas that either you don't have proper knowledge on, or area that you were not properly educated in. The problem in society is the problem of know-how. Why you go and pay a mechanic to fix your car is if you know what to do, you won't pay. People transfer wealth because of exchange of knowledge. And this knowledge most of the time is not what you learn from the school system. Do you know that the Chinese change their school curriculum every 6 months? And when asked why, they said it's because of global trend. They don't train their children to go and start just only work in offices. They train their children to build things. The type of education we have in Nigeria is the education that will just give you just enough to have salary. You study banking and finance, so that they don't teach you things. It's just recently that they inculcated the entrepreneurship course in universities, which for me is not even as good as what is happening outside of this country. Parents, you know what? I'm putting together a course for new parents to understand the psychology of this generation and how they think. Gone are the days where you tell your child, go and study law, go and study. Am I saying those things or not? They are still very relevant. But you don't push people when you have not first discovered what they are very good at. You cannot have more than the knowledge you have. If I want to know why you're where you are, all I need to do is to know the level of education you have. And hey, education does not even have to be in the classroom. Education can be following that man that didn't go to school and watching, go and study the Igbo apprenticeship system. The man might not know algebra, but the man knows checks and balance. The man knows, why do you think they come out after 7 years of being educated? Because we think that education is only where you know how to speak English. I know a lot of people that went to school but they are illiterate. So to scale this year, you need to invest in yourself. You need to educate yourself. You might have to drop out of school and go and follow that person that you call mentor around. Don't pay me. Let me just follow you around. Let me understand how this thing works. You're being educated, my friend. Why do you think some people that, oh God help me, I'm looking for too much trouble. Why do you think some people that studied in Harvard, come down to Nigeria and struggle to work here? Because just because you have a theoretical knowledge of something doesn't mean it's practical. Nigeria needs a different type of education for you to succeed. And you cannot apply the education you get on the street of China in Nigeria. You cannot apply the education because there are cultural differences. There are, but you get what I'm saying. This year, if you must grow yourself, you need to get educated. And some of you might actually have to go back to school. My take on school: you do not go to school to discover what you want to become in life. You first discover what you want to become before you go to school. And that is why it is important for parents to also play a role in a child's life by watching that child carefully, knowing that at the age of 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, this boy is good with electronics in the house. This boy can pieces a system and fix it back without any actual going to school. You don't now go and say this boy will go and be study mass comm, when you can see that he has natural talent to dismantle things and build things. He constructs things on his own. You know that this is a natural talent of civil engineer. You send him to school to now advance what he's already talented at. Not the other way around. This is where we have missed it. Some might need to be at the four walls of school, no problem. But those ones you know have gifts and talents. Imagine if a John D. Rockefeller was pushed to do something by the parents because they feel that is what he should do. Imagine a J.P. Morgan. These are people that built the architectural structure, the economical structure of America. Check everybody that is changing the world now are people that first discovered. Some had to drop out. So you don't go and say Jeff Bezos dropped out, or Elon Musk, or what's this guy's Mark Zuckerberg dropped out of school and built Facebook. I want to drop out. He dropped out because he already discovered. So the school system was slowing him down and was not giving him what he needed. He was already educated. So don't go and start saying Mark Zuckerberg dropped out. You that is empty head. Sometimes you need to go to school just to know how to count 1 to 2 before you can become. It balances itself. Zuck was already a genius before he even left school. The school system was slowing him down. He couldn't do anything. He had to focus on what he already knew how to do. You discover what you want to become before you go to school. So with that, you have clarity. So now you notice that you're good at a particular thing. You are now going to university to now study the theories of it, aside from the experiential knowledge you've gathered. That is how school should be. Now I know what I want to get certification on, based off of what I'm doing with my life. I don't go there confused. After 2 years, I don't even know what I'm doing in that space. That should not be the pattern of you educating yourself. You see, this is just one, and I said I'll give you 5. But I'll stop this one here, and another video I'll do the second one. Have a beautiful day.